Hi guys and welcome. The Olympics is taking over ever TV, especially in my house. I've been literally watching it on every device possible, not to miss a single thing. And the Olympics is known for its extreme sports and its tough competitions. But today, we are talking about a long forgotten sport that I believe should be in the Olympics. So today, we're talking about ski ballet. Yes, and I know, before we get into it, I only found out about this yesterday when my mom told me about it, and at first I thought, that sounds dumb as heck. But once I started watching, I changed my mind a little. But before we start watching these performers perform their ski ballet, let's talk briefly about the history of ski ballet. Let's get into it. Ski ballet, or acro ski, was an artistic freestyle skiing discipline in the 1970s to the 1990s that combined gymnastics, figure skating, and skiing. They perform to music for a 90-second routine. They also are going slightly downhill as they dance. The sport originated as a revolt against conformity during the time of the Vietnam War. The sport features spins, flips, pole-based tricks, and is a combination of choreographed dance, gymnastics, and figure skating. Ballet was demonstrated at the Olympics in 1988 in Calgary and 1992 in Albertville. The sport was not up for medals at these Olympic Games. It was just a demonstrated sport at the time. The sport was judged based on technique and creativity. Although the sport has gone the way of the dodo, and the final competition was in 2000 and was ended by the International Ski Federation, it had influence on some of the sports we see today. Ski ballet had influence on free skiing disciplines such as slopestyle, big air, and terrain park skiing. These take a lot of inspiration from ski ballet with the jumps and creative tricks that they perform. So now that we know a bit of the history of ski ballet, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the videos. Yesterday I watched it because mom was like, ski ballet, and I was like, I gotta see this. And at first I was like, this is hilarious and lame because they're all dressed in like, you know, the 80s attire, like the full snowsuit. The hair is kind of like 80s style and like the colors are 80s. And I'm like, this is so lame. Look at this. And then all of a sudden, on a dime, it switches on me and it gets cool. And people start doing like weird flips like this and twists. And I start getting really into it. I'm like, we need this sport. So I think they should bring it back. But they have to have like an 80s or 90s aesthetic. Like they have to dress like back then. And their hair has to be done that way and their makeup. And keep it very retro. Like that's part of it. You're judged on how retro you look. I think we need that. Cannot forget it's the Winter Olympics. And the Winter Olympics are always extra dangerous. So after they finish dancing, they should have to throw an axe at like a board and get like a bullseye. Just, you know, make it a little bit more dangerous. But anyway, I'd love to know what you guys think about all this. Would you like to see this sport in the Olympics? Would you just like to see the sport in general? Hopefully it wouldn't go down as bad as the breakdancing did a couple years ago in the Summer Olympics, but we won't worry about that now. But thanks for joining. Bye-bye.